Hello my lovelies, I'm back with a little quick playthrough for you, little break in our campaign, because I had a request from Stephanie who asked if I would play through Forbidden Island, a solo playthrough. And I would be delighted to do so, because this is a workhorse of a game. This is the ultimate game, I think, for any gaming collection, because it ticks so many boxes. All right. If you've never played a cooperative game or you want to introduce some friends to a cooperative game, Forbidden Island. If you have little people in your life, I would say like ages 6 and up, Forbidden Island. If you find yourself in a situation where someone tries to pull out Monopoly or Sorry or Chutes and Ladders, quickly intervene and pull out Forbidden Island. This game works beautifully in all of those situations. It's just, I think it needs to be in everybody's collection if you love board games. Because you can use it and bring it out and play it in so many situations. It's just a lovely, lovely game. And the premise is very cool, all right? There is an island, a hidden secret island that has been kept in mystery for many, many years, because a long time ago an ancient race lived on this island, and they had power over the 4 elements. All right, they could call upon fire, earth, water, and air. Sounds like the beginning of Avatar, right? They had the ability to control the elements because of some magical artifacts, all right? And this ancient race, well, they began to die off, and fearful that these artifacts would fall into the wrong hands, they hid them upon their island. And then they booby-trapped the island. So if anyone came searching for these artifacts of power, the island would begin to sink. Okay? But we are not just anybody. We are a band of explorers. Each of us has our own special area of expertise, and we have decided to take on the challenge of Forbidden Island. We are going to try and grab these magical artifacts before the island sinks beneath us, okay? And the game comes with a total of 6 different specialties you can be, all right? I believe it, plays up to, looks like 1, 2, 3, 6 people can play, okay? And at the start of the game, you just mix these up and you pass them out. And you'll say, all right, we are a intrepid explorer, a crafty engineer, and a master diver. And we are going to try and secure these artifacts before this island sinks. That's the premise. The setup is very cool because there is no board for this game, all right? This game is made up entirely of tiles, and these tiles are so very beautiful. The artwork and the names are wonderfully descriptive and just wonderful in general. So for example, we have Twilight Hollows, the Cave of Shadows, the Cliffs of Abandon, Silver Gate, and the Observatory. Beautiful artwork, just beautiful names. And on the back side, you'll see the same place kind of shaded out, all right? So when you set up the game for the first time, you're going to give all these tiles a good shovel, and then we're going to lay them out in a little grid pattern as shown in the instructions to sort of form our own Forbidden Island. And the way this game works is as soon as we land upon the island, we're going to have one tile called Fool's Landing, and that's where we're going to get on and off the island from. This island is going to start sinking. So we have a limited amount of time to get our hands on these artifacts. There's certain tiles are going to have this symbol, and that's going to be an entrance to the shrine for that artifact. There's 2 entrances for each artifact. And once we locate an entrance, we have to have enough secrets, all right, enough knowledge to be able to sort of get in there and grab the artifact. And that's represented by these cards. Pull them out here. These red back cards. We're going to be drawing these, and they represent the 4 symbols. Where is the 4th one? Who am I missing? Ah, fire. Here we go. Okay. And if you have enough of one artifact card, I can't remember how many it is. I'll double check here. If you have enough of these cards, you are able to go to the tile with the represented icon and claim that artifact. So we're going to be moving around this board, collecting cards, claiming artifacts, and trying to do so before this island sinks. So let me set it up, and we're just going to jump right into gameplay. All right, so here it is, our very own Forbidden Island. And after you lay the tiles out, you'll want to take a peek at sort of where they landed, all right? The most important tile, of course, is Fool's Landing. We must protect this tile because this is how we leave the island. So even if we manage to rescue all the artifacts, if we can't helicopter lift off, we're out of luck, okay? Remember, I said for every artifact, there's 2 matching tiles. So for example, there's the Coral Palace and the Tidal Palace. Both of these are entrances to try and retrieve the artifact, all right? So if we lose one of these, we're okay, as long as the other is still remaining. Remember, this island is going to be sinking very slowly. So the first thing that will happen is a location will get flooded, and that just means we're going to turn the tile over to its shaded side. We can still move across it, we can still use its entrance if it has one, but if this tile gets hit again, instead of becoming flooded, it submerges, at which case it's removed from the game. We might lose an entrance. More importantly, we're going to lose a spot in our island, all right? Can't walk over an empty space unless you have some ability that lets you do it. So our island is going to slowly develop holes, and that could be a problem as well. And remember, as soon as we land on this island, it starts to sink. What does that mean? Well, we have these wonderful little blue cards, and there's a card for every tile here. And at the start of the game, the island is going to flood. We're going to flip over 6 cards and flood those tiles. So let's do that. All right, the first tile is the Tidal Palace. That's an entrance point for one of our artifacts. So let's flood it. Like so. The second tile. Ah, the Silver Gate. Let's flood that next. That's down here. This is the entry point for the white player. Now remember, if it's flooded, doesn't matter, we can still use it. All right? Number 3, the Bronze Gate. Okay, that's right here. Flip. Ah, the Lost Lagoon. Let's flood that one. It's way over here in the corner. Number 5, another gate, the Iron Gate. Man, we're losing all our gates. And the last one is the Gold Gate. All right, down here in the corner. So if we've done this correctly, we will have flooded 6 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of entry points. The Tidal Palace is the only one that's the way in for an artifact. So that's not so bad, all right? So the island is starting to sink. Now we get to pick who we get to be. So there's 6 different role cards that you can be. And you can either take the ones you like or assign them randomly. And for my sanity, I think I'll just play 3 for this walkthrough. Let me give the pawns a shake and we'll pick them randomly. How about if we play red, gray, and green? Sounds good to me. Let's see who those are. Red, gray, and green. All right. An engineer, a messenger, and an explorer. Sounds good to me. We also have, remember, some special abilities.
So let's take a look at those very quickly. All right, the engineer, his ability is he can shore up 2 tiles for 1 action. So after a tile floods and we turn it gray, we can shore it up, which will return it to its full color. So that's a great ability. The messenger, give treasure cards to a player anywhere on the island for 1 action point. So remember, we're collecting those matching symbols. Normally to trade them, you have to be standing on the same tile. Our messenger, however, can shoot them anywhere across the island. And our explorer, okay, he can move or shore up diagonally. Normally in this game, you can only move up and down, left and right. Our explorer's ability is he can cruise diagonally across the board. Okay, so here we are, our characters. What can we do on our turn? Well, handily enough, on the back of these cards, they give us the order of play. And on our turn, we take up to 3 actions, all right? Those can be move, adjacent, not diagonal, except for this guy, right? Our little explorer, he gets to move diagonally. We can shore up an adjacent tile, or for him, a diagonal one. We can give a treasure card on the same tile, except for our messenger, or we can capture a treasure. And to do that, we need 4 matching cards, and we have to be on the tile that shows the treasure symbol. So we get to do any 3 of these. We can do the same action more than once. So if we like, we can move 3 times, or we can shore up 3 times, all right? After we do that, we draw 2 treasure cards to a max of 5. And then we have to draw some flood cards equal to the water level. So what does that mean? Well, the game also comes with this handy little water level indicator. And at the start of the game, we get to decide how tough we want to make this. Your first playthrough, you can set it to novice. I'm going to set it to normal for this one. But if you really want to stress yourself out, you can go for elite or legendary. And this tells us how many tiles we have to flood at the end of each turn. All right, so now we're set at 2. Remember, the water level is going to rise as the game progresses, but for now, it's only going to be 2 tiles at a time. Okay, so I think we're done with setup. Let's just launch right into gameplay. And the last thing we have to do is give ourselves a couple of starting cards, all right? These are the treasure cards we are looking to collect. And at the start of the game, we each begin with 2 treasure cards. So we have a little bit of knowledge about this island. The engineer, he gets a chalice and a fire. Remember, we're trying to get 4 matching symbols. Our messenger also has a chalice, and an earth stone. And our explorer, another fire. Ooh, and a helicopter lift. All right. This is a special card, and what this card says is you are allowed to move a pawn, or if there's 2 pawns on the same tile, you can move 2 pawns to any other tile. So you basically, for free, get to move your pawns around. Doesn't count as an action. You can play it at any time, not even during your turn. However, you can also use this card to lift your team off the island. So the last action we've got to take to win is to play a helicopter lift card. So there's quite a few of these in the deck, so we don't have to worry about that now. It's early in the game. But toward endgame, you want to make sure somebody's holding one of these cards so you can get off this island after you manage to secure all of the different artifacts. So for now, we'll just stick this in the engineer's pile and play it as just a movement card. All right, so that's our starting hand. We have a pretty good start on chalices and fire. But engineer's ability, right, is he can shore up 2 tiles for 1 action. And of all these tiles, the one I would most like to shore up, of course, is the tidal palace. So let's do that. Let's send our engineer, move him for 1. For his second action, he's going to shore up 2 tiles. All right. And for his third action, let's move him toward the explorer, since we might want to be passing cards between these 2 guys. All right, a move, a shore, and a move. We've got our 3 actions. What do we do next? All right, the next thing we do is draw 2 treasure cards. Not a problem. Let's see what he gets. Oh, water rises. Uh-oh. All right, so these are the nasty cards, and there's 3 of them hiding in this deck. And what happens when we hit a water rises card is basically, yeah, the island sinks a little more, and we go from flooded to submerged. And how do we do that? Well, we just simply follow these 3 steps. The first thing we do is we move the water level up 1 tick. Okay, we never even got to stay at this level. We're launched straight up to now 3 tiles are flooding every turn. All right. Second thing we do is we shuffle the flood discard pile and place it on top of the flood draw pile. All right, and this is where things get nasty, right? Because all of these cards, this is our flood discard pile. I'm gonna shuffle them up, whoops, and stick them back on top. So we're gonna be redrawing all these tiles. Yeah, that's right. So something that has been flooded, if I draw it again, is going to get pulled out of the game. And we know all 6 of these are going to get pulled on top. Ouch. Okay. Shuffle them up. The last thing we do is discard this card to the treasure discard pile. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That was our engineer's first treasure card. It was sort of a lousy treasure. Let's pull his second. Oh, sandbags. All right, this is good news. Just like the helicopter, this is the second sort of special ability card that you can possibly pull. And the sandbags are really cool because you can shore up any tile on the island for free. Doesn't count as an action, you don't have to be standing next to it, and you can play it at any time. All right, so this is a handy little one for the engineer to have. Okay, those are his cards. So the question becomes, do we want to play this now? All right, because the next part of this game, we've done our actions, we've drawn 2 cards, we now have to start flooding tiles. And remember, we're going to be pulling 3 of these. And any card we pull that's already flooded is going to get removed from the game. So, if we want to play our sandbags, now's the moment to do it. You're not allowed to pull the card, see what it is, and then try and rescue the tile. You have to commit to those sandbags before we pull the flooding tiles. So, are there any tiles we absolutely want to keep? No, remember the engineer already saved our tidal palace. So I think we're okay. I think we're going to hold on to our sandbags for now. So let's go ahead and flood 3 more tiles. Our first tile is, ooh, the Silver Gate. All right, so that's already been flooded. So at this point, it's going to submerge. And what that means is you take the tile off the board. You also take the matching location card, and these get removed from the game. And the next tile that goes is, ooh, the Iron Gate. All right, it's flooded, so it's going to get removed from the game with the matching card. Now, that has left our messenger basically treading water. The rules of the game state that if the tile sinks out from under you, you are allowed to move anywhere that is next to you, all right? So for the messenger, remember, he can only move up, down, and across. If it was our diver, he could swim diagonally, but our messenger, he has to go to a remaining tile. So we'll just slide him over one, okay? We'll just stick him over here at the watchtower for now. And this has become ocean. So that was number 2. So the third tile, man, we are losing things left and right. Oh, the tidal palace. Right, that one's not so bad because remember, our engineer saved that. But now it's once again in danger. Whew, that was rough for our first turn to pull a water rises. Okay, well, it is what it is. That was the end of the first turn. Engineer is over. Let's move now to our messenger. So we've developed a couple of holes, and we know what's coming next for the most part, right? We know we still have to pull the Gold Gate from here, and we know we have to pull the Lost Lagoon from here. Now those 2 tiles, they're kind of on the edge of the map, and they're not really important, so I'm not going to run over there and try and save them. I think I'll let those guys sink. Instead, I want to start distributing the messenger's cards, because remember, that's his sort of super ability. So for the messenger, let's see what we'll do. All right, so for his turn, we are going to send him for 1 movement point to the Cliffs of Abandon. For his second movement point, or his second action point, he's going to pass the chalice to the engineer. All right, looking good there. For his third action, he's just going to come down here and hang out with the explorer. The reason I'm doing that is I want the explorer here to give the messenger the fire, because that's sort of the next one we're collecting, right? So let's do that, okay? We took our 3 actions. We get to draw 2 treasure cards. Ooh, perfect. Ah, and another chalice. That's great. We could definitely send that to the engineer. Now we need to start flooding the island. Remember, 3 cards. Let's see what we get. The Bronze Gate, okay. That one we had saved, right? Yep, the engineer. So we'll flip him. No surprise here, the Golden Gate is out of the game. And the Lost Lagoon, out of the game. Woo! Our island is quickly disappearing here. All right, Explorer, what are you going to do? So my original plan was to have the messenger collect fire, but he's managed to pick up 2 of these, so maybe I'll let the Explorer take fire. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So let's set up here and see if we can't rescue this Tidal Palace. So he'll move 1, 2, and save the Tidal Palace for 3. Gets to pull 2 cards. Oh, our first lion. And, another fire. All right, he's definitely our fireman. Great. Now we get to sink 3 more tiles. Sorry, flood, not sink. Crimson Forest. Okay, that's way down here. Phantom Rock. He's sitting way over here. And, the Copper Gate. All right. That one's a problem. He's in the middle of the board. So I definitely don't want to lose this tile. We're going to have to save it. All right. Not a problem, though, because we are on our wonderful engineer. And he can definitely do some saving, right? I would love to get this fire to the explorer. So let's do that, all right? Let's go with, for the engineer, let's save this tile for 1. Move to the explorer for 2. And let's pass this fire for 3. Okay, so we're really close to fire. We're really close to fire. Good job, engineer. 2 cards for you. The last fire we need. Great. 1. Ooh, and the chalice we need. We are just getting lucky with our pulls. Okay. Let's start flooding some more tiles. The Cave of Shadows. No. We need the Cave of Shadows. 1. The Observatory. 2. The Cave of Embers. Both of our caves are down. Oh, this is not good at all. We definitely need to rescue those. Okay, messenger. All right. So we know without a doubt that the messenger is going to shore up for 1. He's going to... I've got to get the messenger. Yeah. He's going to send the engineer a chalice. All right. The problem is that's going to send our engineer over his 5-card limit. So we're just going to use these sandbags. Let's use them up. And let's save, I guess we'll save the Cave of Embers because we might just need that one. Okay. So he shored up for 1. He sent a card for 2. And now, where should he move? Maybe I'll send him down here because I have so many tiles flipping on me down here. Remember, he can't move diagonally. So let's just send him to the Temple of the Moon, and that will be his third action. All right. Let's see what he pulls. 2 cards. Oh, there it is. The water rises. No! Okay. All right, here we go. 3 steps. Ready? Shoot this up. 1. Second, we're going to shuffle these and stick them on top. Which means we're going to lose some more tiles. Oh, no. But the good news is, remember, there's only 3 water rises cards, so I only have 1 more of those to get through on this deck. So hopefully we can get lucky here. Now we're going to flip our 3 cards and see what happens. Not the Tidal Palace. I'm fighting so hard to keep that one. 1. The Copper Gate. Okay, I think that one's okay. We need to keep that one though. The Bronze Gate. I'm not so jazzed on the Bronze Gate. So I don't mind him going away, I think. All right, those are our 3 cards. Good job, good job. Is that our first or second messenger card? I think that was only our first messenger card. So he gets 1 more. He gets 1 of these. Okay, Explorer. We know what he needs to do. Explorer needs to hang here because he's trying to get his hands on that fire. Grr, so we don't want to send him too far away. So the Explorer, he's waiting for that last fire. He's waiting for that last fire. So what we're going to have to do with the Explorer is we'll shore up for 1. We'll move for 2. We'll shore up for 3. All right? And then on the Engineer's turn, we can spend our helicopter lift to get them together. All right, that sounds good. Explorer gets 2 cards. Problem is we're going to have to drop some cards here. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Because we're already at 5, right? So we're going to have to dump him for 1. Oh, the last water rises. No, this is horrible. Okay. Still at 3. Urgh. We only have 2 cards here, so it doesn't really matter the order I put them in. They're showing up again. Here we go. Tidal Palace. Yep, yep, yep. I feel like I'm flipping these cards over and over again. And the Copper Gate. Yep, yep, yep. And the last one we get is Crimson Forest. All right, that's down here. So he's going to sink totally. Okay. Man, our island is getting so tiny. Okay. All right, Explorer. You bided your time for just this moment. It's Engineer's turn. Hallelujah. So Engineer is going to head to the Coral Palace for 1. He is going to, or do I want to save both of these tiles? Oh, let me think about that. No, I can't waste time. Okay, so the Engineer is going to go to the Coral Palace for 1. He is going to turn in his treasure cards and claim our first artifact. It's his second move. For his third move, we're going to helicopter lift him. Remember, this is a free action to the Explorer, and that third move is going to be to give the Explorer the fire card he needs. Okay, awesome. We're doing good. We're doing good. Engineer, let's refill your hand. You're going to pull fire, which he doesn't need anymore. And another helicopter lift. That'll be handy. Let's start sinking. I got 3 more tiles going underwater. Oh no, the Cave of Embers. Phantom Rock is gone. And the observatory is gone. Oh, our island is getting so tiny. All right, little messenger, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Messenger, I think he really doesn't have anything to pass. So let's just send him to do some shoring up, I think, right? Yeah, let's do some shoring up. Let's shore up. Yeah, let's save the Cliffs of Abandon because they're right in the middle of everything. So that's 1. Yeah, let's go 1. And then we'll shore this up for 2. And then let's pass the engineer the lion for 3. All right, 2 cards. Ah, fabulous. 1 more of those would be great. Sandbags. Hey, I'll take sandbags. All right, 3 more going down. The Cave of Shadows, we need that one. 1. The Misty Marsh, it's in the corner, no problem. 2. Oh no, Fool's Landing. Oh no, that's no good. 3. That is no good. All right, back to our engineer. He doesn't have to pass anything. He does, however, desperately need to shore things up. So let's do that. Let's send our engineer. Ah, man, how can we do this? 1, 2, 3, and then he's positioned to take care of Fool's Landing for us. Right? Yeah, let's do that. 2 cards for him. Ooh, another lion. Ah, and a chalice. That one's useless to us now. Okay, okay. Let's sink 3 more. The Howling Gardens. No, no, no. We need that one too. All of these are becoming so precious. Breaker's Bridge. Okay, we don't really need that one, except if we want to get to the Whispering Gardens. The Coral Palace. Okay, well, we don't care about that one, really. Okay, okay. Whew. Yikes, 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 yikes. All right, Explorer, your turn. Let's go and collect ourselves. Remember, he can move diagonally. So let's send him here. Well, maybe we'll save one of these before we do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's save the Howling Gardens for 1. Move to the Cave of Shadows for 2. And turn in all of our goodies for 3. How's that? How's that? That's a pretty good deal. 2 cards. Here we go. Oh, another lion. Great. Oh, yes. And the last, Earth. Great. But now things are going to sink. Not so great. Temple of the Moon. Wait, we need Temple of the Moon. 1. The Watchtower. 2. The Cliffs of Abandon for 3. Ooh, dear. Ooh, dear. All right. Engineer. Engineer. So these 2 you don't need. Engineer. All right, engineer. We need you to shore things up, but we also need you to pass things. All right. Let's see. Remember, he can shore up 2 for the price of 1. So we're definitely going to flip these 2 for his first move. Okay. For his second move, what if we helicopter him for free, making his second and third move to pass these down to the Explorer. All right. How about that? Yes, yes, I like that. All right. He gets 2 cards. Another helicopter lift. Great. And our last one is... the other one we need. Okay, we're doing good. We're out of the draw pile, so I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle these. And remember, that means all of those Water Rises cards are now back in play. It's going to be tight here because we have lost a lot of our island. All right. Got to sink 3 more. Dunes of Deception. Flooded. Whispering Garden. Flooded. And Twilight Hollow. Flooded. Okay. All right. Messenger's turn, and he needs to... Oh, darn it, darn it. How are we going to do this? The messenger needs the Explorer to pass him, so he needs to end with the Explorer? No. How are we going to do this? All right, so we want the messenger to end on the same place as the engineer. Okay, not a problem. We'll just shore up for 1, shore up for 2, move for 3. All right, that looks good. 2 cards. Fire. We don't need it. And helicopter lift, we do. So let's get rid of the fire card. And now let's sink. Here we go. Oh, we only have 1 left. Temple of the Sun is sunk. So because our draw pile is empty, we have to reshuffle these cards, which means there's a good chance we're losing more tiles. Oh no, oh no. Getting down to the bitter end here. Okay, that was 1. We need to flip 2 more. Here we go. Ready? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Fool's Landing. No, 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 no. And Whispering Garden. Oh, it's gone. So the Howling Garden is the only way to get that last artifact. Okay. Okay, Explorer, this is your moment. Go forth and explore. And remember, I really want to pass this guy off. So let's do it. We'll pass for 1. That'll put him over the limit. Not a problem though, because we will simply helicopter lift him. And I'm going to teleport you over here to the Temple of the Moon so that I can turn in my cards and collect. Yes, our next artifact. Nicely done. Nicely done. And I'm also in a position to maybe shore up some of this area. All right, let's see what treasure cards you pull next. 2 cards. Ooh, another helicopter lift. Great. Ah, sandbags. Okay. Okay, survived another round. Let's flood some more tiles. Okay, we're still at 3, so let's go for Breaker's Bridge. You are gone. 1. Coral Palace. You are gone. 2. Cliffs of Abandon. Okay, so you just get flipped. Wow, wow, wow. All right. We might have to start using some of these sandbags because I'm getting nervous. I don't want my Explorer to get trapped somewhere, but we're really close now. We've just got to get to, we've got to get here. No problem, right? Howling Gardens. Turn it in, that's 2 moves, and then we've got to get everybody back to Fool's Landing and save a helicopter lift, right? We need to save one of these to get off the island. So I just don't want my poor little Explorer to get stuck, but I think we can do this because my Explorer can move diagonally. 1, 2, he'll turn it in. We got the last artifact now, we just got to get out of here. And he has 1, he moves for 1, he moved for 2, he turned it in for 3, so that's the end of his turn. Oh, I think we should helicopter lift him out of there. Should we? Should we? All right, I guess we can play the helicopter lift at any time. I'm worried we're going to pop another Water Rising card. If we do that, we're in trouble. Here we go. Ready? Chalice. Come on, come on, come on. Chalice. All right, let's sink 3 more. The Watchtower. Gone. The Tidal Palace. Gone. Oh. Temple of the Sun. Gone. Oh wait, Temple of the, nope. Temple of the Moon. I misread that. You just get flipped. You're not technically gone. Okay. Back up to Engineer, and the Engineer needs to get to Fool's Landing. So 1, 2, 3. He can get home. He can get home. The problem is, I really want him to shore stuff up. But I gotta save Fool's Landing. I've got to. So what if we do this? What if we use our sandbags? Yeah, let's use our sandbags because we want to make sure everybody can get home safely. So let's go 1, 2, 3. So he makes it to Fool's Landing, but he's not able to shore anything up, but we have 2 sandbags. Okay, so I'm hoping here. Let's see what we get. A chalice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And fire. All right, we discard it. Okay. Oh no, oh no. Let's start sinking. 3 more. Copper Gate. Flooded. Cave of Embers. Gone. Dunes of Deception. Flooded. Okay, little messenger. So the messenger is home, which is, or almost home, which is great. So he is just going to do some shoring up. He is going to shore up Fool's Landing. Oh, yeah, let's do. All right. 1, 2, and move him to Fool's Landing for 3. Ah, he does, however, he does have helicopter lift. So let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my goodness, I think we're gonna get off this cursed island. We're gonna helicopter lift, explore home to us for free. And then we'll take our second helicopter lift and escape this dreaded island. And we did it, we did it. We managed to claim all 4 artifacts and the island didn't sink under us, but man, that was tight. You can see how quickly these tiles dwindle away. Okay, hopefully there weren't too many errors in that playthrough. We did it. You can see though that if you start this little track marker higher, it would get much, much harder. Forbidden Island, such a fun game, such a nail biter. Simple, but entertaining. Highly recommend it. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. See ya.